Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Dirt Racing Network's live coverage of the Dirt Kings Racing League Wobbly Arrow Podcast, UMP Modifieds, presented by SSS. Getting ready here for week number 2 this week at Knoxville with these guys. Practice session still currently ongoing. Just under 4 minutes left to go here in their practice session. And they're going to get ready to go to a quick, brief qualifying session, followed by quite a few different heat races, a couple consolation races, a quick warm-up session, and a feature. That is all on tap coming up, starting in just a few minutes. While they finish up their warm-up session, we're going to send it down trackside for our pre-race ceremonies.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
And now, please welcome Pastor Sam Foley from Port Orange, Florida, to deliver tonight's invocation.
Father, we ask today that you protect and bless those who participate in this race. May they use good sportsmanship and respect for each other. And we'll thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Wrapping up practice, we're taking a look from the Sprint Car Hall of Fame here at Knoxville Speedway. Just less than a minute left to go in their practice session, I should say. Sprint Car Hall of Fame, obviously the most notable piece of the Knoxville Speedway. Go back up above, give you a glimpse from the sky what's going on the racetrack. See over there just to the left in turn 2, that's where we're taking a look from the Hall of Fame. We'll wrap it up right now. There's about 28 cars in the server. Tim Christensen currently the quickest with a 19.209. Throw up the top 10 while we got a few seconds. Read it there quickly. Tim Christensen, Wesley Quantley, Hunter Parsons, Jarrett Murphy, Carl Kilgore, Joshua Hessen, Dustin Lehman, Adam Sturgill, Jimmy Nees, and Calvin Brooks. That's your top 5 quickest in practice. Getting ready to go to a quick qualifying session here in just 2 seconds. There we go. We'll transfer on over. Go back up top once again to our Skycam. Give you a look, or maybe we'll go back to the Hall of Fame as cars get ready to grid out on the racetrack. Here comes Jimmy Nees onto the track for his quick time. See how he comes out. Just now taking the green flag. Wesley Gauntley goes to the top of the board, now topped by Jarrett Murphy with a 19.807. Murphy currently having the quick time. Dustin Oberle jumping in there second with a 19.864. Gauntley ran a 20.087 cars. As we continue to watch, we'll click on Gene Wolf here, getting ready to run his quick time, just coming on the racetrack. I have 18 cars so far running a quick time. Murphy still on top of the board. Dan Hoekstra jumped up to second before Joshua Hessen jumped in between him and Murphy. We can throw the top 10 up there again just to show you how it's changing. That's currently how we stack up. Gene Wolf finishing his quick time. See if we can jump with Carl Kilgore. He just jumped up on the racetrack as well. Kelvin Brooks to the top of the charts with a 16.693. Kilgore is 20th quickest with a 20 point. Nope, he jumps up 17th quickest, 20.061. I think that's going to do it. Jay Place just came in at 5th at 19.605. That was the last one to run a qualifying lap, I'm pretty sure. We should get ready to advance. Get ready to go with heat race number 1, showing 6 different heat races. We only have 28 cars, so we'll see. Pretty interesting format here of how they run these heat races. They take the top 2 from each heat race directly to the A main. Then they take the top 5 from each LCQ, send them straight to the A main. That gives us 24 cars in the feature. Get the top 10 off the board for you there. Go back up here, change the camera up if we can. Looks like they're going to let time run out. There it goes. Qualifying session over. Get ready for heat race number 1. If you are watching the stream here tonight, able to do the Dirt Kings here on all 3 platforms, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. If you are out there, send us a message. Let us know who you're rooting for and where you're watching from. Always love getting some fan interaction in the chat. And if you do send us a message, we'll make sure to promote you or give you a shout out here on the broadcast. And if you are watching, make sure you go over to facebook.com, search up the Dirt Racing Network. Give us a like and a follow. That way we can continue to grow the fan base, and you'll know when we go live every time. Continue to build upon our 10,000 followers that we hit just at the end of 2020. Put on a fantastic 10K show to start 2021. Now we're getting ready to go here with Dirt Kings and the Ump Mods, the Wobbly Arrow Podcast, UMP, starting on the front row for heat race number 1 for Team HNL. Whole another level, KB Edits from Muskegon, Michigan. The 04 of Calvin Brooks is your pole sitter for the outside. For Wolf Racing, Wobbly Arrow Podcast from Kannapolis, North Carolina. The 642 of Gene Wolf will sit on the outside of the front row. Row number 2 on the inside, starting 3rd. The 42 of Adam Sturgill to his outside for HRT Sim Racing, Checkers and Wreckers from Menominee, Wisconsin. The 47 of Tim Christensen. Row number 3, starting 5th, the 3 of Michael Putnam to his outside, starting 6th. Grand Isle, Nebraska's own for Rowdy Energy, the 01 of Michael Blessing. Row number 4, starting 7th, Jesse Osborne in the 8 car to his outside from Sycamore, Pennsylvania, the 44. No, 222, looking at the wrong car there, David Hardin. And rounding out the field, starting on the inside of row number 5, the 30 of Dustin Lehman, and the 44 of Brandon LaFon getting ready to go. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Get up close and personal here in heat race number 1. Here they come right at you. Kelvin Brooks already out to the early race lead. Gene Wolf doing battle there with Adam Sturgill. We go high atop the press box. We got a caution on the racetrack. Possibly Michael Blessing having some trouble. Let's go back and look at 1 car. 0-1 car. See what happens. Gets into turn 1. Into the back of the 15. It's turned around. And a little bit more issue there getting in. to the 2:22 of David Harden. Brings out our caution. Colton Malone was supposed to start the heat race here. He did not make the call. There was 11 scheduled. 10 made it. So we'll get ready. We'll green flag racing once again. Elvin Brooks, your race leader. Gene Wolf in second. Adam Stargell in the 49 car in second. Tim Christensen in the 47 in third. And Michael Putnam in the 15. Your top 5. Still trying to learn all these guys' numbers. Just here in week number 2. We were at Cedar Lake to open the week, or open the season. 8-week season for these guys. Wraps up at the end of February. So every race important. Another lap around. Lights out on the base truck. So this time when we exit turn number 4, we will be going green flag racing. Calvin Brooks going to lead us to the green flag. Here we go once again. Green flag in the air. Brooks on the throttle. Gene Wolf following him in the second place position as we make our way around. There is that old 4 car. Love this view right here. They're going to run you right over, coming out of turn 2, heading in down the backstretch and into 3 and 4. Good battle heating up here between Gene Wolf and Tim Christensen. Christensen getting up there on the berm in 3 and 4. Wolf able to pull away for the second spot for the time being. Christensen in 3rd, Sturgill in 4th. Remember, top 2 only to the feature. Gotta remind myself that as well. So Wolf right now having that final transfer position. 5 laps left to go. Christensen and Sturgill trying to find that a way to get around Wolf. Coming to 4 to go. Halfway home here through heat race number 1. Looks like we're going to only have 3 heat races. That'll shorten the night up just a little bit. Racing takes a little bit longer here at Knoxville. Bigger track. So caution laps and pace laps take a little bit longer. Looks like they're going to run up on the back of Brandon LaFon here in the 44 car. Or excuse me, that's Calvin Brooks. My bad. I forgot we were looking at Christensen and Wolf. They're battling out for that final transfer position. Sturgill in 4th, Putnam in 5th, Lehman in 6th, Osborne 7th, Hardin 8th, Blessing 9th, and LaFon in 10th. The race leader sees 2 laps left to go. Calvin Brooks is checked out. We got a pass here for the 2nd place position. Here comes Tim Christensen trying to make a move to the inside. Looked like he had it for a minute in the middle of 1 and 2. Couldn't pull ahead down the backstretch. Now through 3 and 4 is going to tuck down to the bottom right on the inside berm, coming outside. He's got it. Put him into the final transfer position. Gene Wolf back to 3rd. Adam Stargell in 4th. Calvin Brooks is sending it down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Here he comes. Puts that left front tire up there on the berm for a minute. Now he'll steer her out of turn 4. He'll come around and take the heat race win. Tim Christensen going to go with him to the show. Gene Wolf, Sturgill, Lehman, Putnam, Osborne, Hardin, Blessing, and LaFon all gonna advance. I wonder if that's gonna change up the way we advance people. Trying to do math here real quick. 3 consolations would give us 15, 6 would give us 21, so they might take maybe the top 3 then from each heat race if we're gonna have 24 cars here in the feature. We get ready to go with heat race number 2 of 3 on the racetrack, starting on the pole position for HRT Sim Racing, I Flag from Rensselaer, Indiana, the 25 of Jarrett Murphy to his outside, the 16 of Jay Place. Row number 2, Starting on the inside in third, the 51 of Dixon Slinger. Starting fourth, the 9 of Dalton Peavy. Row number 3, starting fifth, the 78 of Blake Pryor. And starting sixth, the 500 of Tyler Berry. Row number 4, starting seventh for Ryko Motorsports, butt kicker from Green Bay, Wisconsin, the 00 of Hunter Parsons. And to his outside, starting eighth for Wolf Racing, a Wobbly Arrow podcast from Festus, Missouri, the 62 of Derek Medley. And rounding it out on the back row, starting ninth, the 82 of Paul Visage. And the starting 10th, the 80 of Brian Gunderson. 2 more cars getting ready to go. Or 3, we'll say 3. We're going to count on top 3 now being transferred to give us that 24 car field. Jarrett Murphy, Jay Place, going to lead us to the green flag. Murphy picked up a heat race win last week in heat race number 2, looking to go back to back here in the second heat race of the night. Not as many cars here in the server tonight as we saw in week number 1. Truck gonna speed away. Here we go. Once again, green flag in the air. Up close and personal with your race leader, Jarrett Murphy. Here they come back across the track. Down the backstretch, they're gonna run you over here in the camera. Love that camera view. Always like it when we can get a view right there on the track. We'll go watch this one from the Hall of Fame this time instead of the press box. Jarrett Murphy, your race leader. Dixon Slinger in second. Jay Place possibly in that final transfer position for third. We know at least Slinger would advance. So if you get in the top 2, that would advance you automatically. There is a good battle for that position right now. Murphy trying to check out on the field already. Hunter Parsons in the 4th position in the 0 car, trying to drive up here to Jay Place. Dixon Slinger able to pull away down the front stretch that time. Reel in Murphy a little bit and give him some breathing room from Jay Place. Working on 5 to go this time out of turn 4. They'll see 4 to go halfway through their heat race. Top 3 staying the same. Tyler Berry's in the 5th position. Derek Medley in 6th. Pryor in 7th. Peavy in 8th. Gunderson in 9th. And Visage in 10th. There's about 30 to 32 cars here in the server tonight, so that would mean 6 to 8 cars would be missing out on the feature. 4 to go, halfway home. 3 to go, there we go, corrected itself. 3 to go, so we're over halfway home. Working on lap 6 of 8. And Jay Place has reeled in the 51 of Dixon Slinger once again. 2 laps left to go. Slinger knows he's in a transfer spot for sure by staying in 2nd. Possibly might be a transfer spot for 3rd. Right now, it's Jarrett Murphy out front. Pulling away, going to see the white flag this time. Coming down the front stretch, 21 or 25 car. Got it in control here in the heat race. Oh, Jay Place threw it in there hard. In 3 and 4, he's going to be able to hold on for the 3rd place spot, at least for the time being. Murphy going to come around and take the heat race win. Dixon Slinger comes across in 2nd, and Jay Place in 3rd. Tyler Berry 4th, Hunter Parsons 5th, Blake Pryor in 6th, Derek Medley in 7th, Dalton PV in 8th, Brian Gunderson in 9th, and Paul Visage in 10th. Okay, thanks for checking in. This is the Dirt Kings Racing League that we are broadcasting here tonight. If you're looking for the School of Sim Racing or National Auto Racing Club, they are not having their show broadcasted this week. We're doing a week on, week off deal with them. That's what we negotiated. Ryan, thanks for checking in. Getting ready for heat race number 3. Gonna have another 10 cars getting ready to grid out on the racetrack. Final heat race of the night. Starting on the front row for heat race number 3 for HRT Sim Racing Checkers and Wreckers from Rensselaer, Indiana. The 118 of Joshua Hessen to his outside for Taylor Farms from McBain, Michigan. The 53 of Dan Hoekstra. Let's get a better camera view here so you can see the cars. There we go. Row number 2. On the inside, starting 3rd, the 17 of Preston Oberle. To his outside, the 21 of Cody Nevin, starting 4th. Row number 3, starting 5th for HRT Sim Racing, Checkers and Wreckers from Batesville, Arkansas, the 81 of Wesley Gauntley. And to his outside, starting 6th, the 21 of Carl Kilgore. Row number 4, starting in the 7th position for Wolf Racing Wobbly Arrow Podcast from Center Point, Indiana, the 32 of Jimmy Nees. Starting outside in the 8th position, the 89 of Eric York. And rounding out the field in row number 5, starting 9th, the 11th of Jordan LaFon. And to his outside, starting 10th in the 23 car, Stephen Tuberville. Ryan, thanks for the compliment. Trying to do my best here. Working on show number 2 for the night. Glad to be doing the Dirt Kings Racing League there, Cade. That is what it is called, Dirt Kings Racing League. Running their ump mods tonight. We also broadcast them on Sunday nights. They run a 358 modified show. I know they were running street stocks before this. They run quite a few different series over here at Dirt Kings, and getting ready to do another heat race here for them. Exactly how you put it in the chat is correct there, Cade. Green flag in the air. Here we go. Joshua Hessen out front early. Eight more laps. At least 2 more cars to the show. Dan Hoekstra back up there in the 2nd place position. Now battling with Wesley Gauntley. Quite a few cars now here battling it out. We can go back up here to the press box and watch it come up here. Here we go. Outside, Wesley Gauntley in that 81 car, battling with Preston Oberle for that 2nd and 3rd position. Nevin to 4th, Kilgore to 5th. Both running the 21 car. And we got a caution on the racetrack that Jimmy Nees having some issues. And Hoekstra, who was it? Not quite sure who got spun around, but there is a caution on the racetrack. Don't see any car turned around anywhere. But we do have a caution on the racetrack. Preston Oberle, possibly? No. Not quite sure what prompted our caution. We'll go back here. Jimmy Nees looks like he's running all right. We'll just take an instant replay just to make sure. There's a car smoking. I can see it. Not quite sure who it is, though. Was a caution on the racetrack? Cade, I think it is a private league, so you have to be invited to join. It's probably why you can't find it on iRacing. But thank you for the compliment. Ryan, I do like that 18 car. It looks pretty sharp. Or that 118 car that Joshua Hessen is driving. Cade, what I'll do for you is I can pass your name along to the admins. I'll talk to them after the race. Send your name to them, tell them that you're interested in the series. I don't know what the qualifications are to get in or how if they accept anybody or what it is, but I can at least pass your name along to them. tell them that you were interested in their series, and I'll see if they'll contact you or anything about that. That's about the best I can do there for you, bud. Green flag back in the air. Here we go with heat race number 3. Back underway. Joshua Hessen will lead us to the green flag. Once again, here comes Preston Oberle trying to take over that top spot. Remember, top 2 at least go to the show. Woobly in the second spot. He's getting pressured by Wesley Gauntlet in the third place spot. Coming around to complete lap number 3. We got another caution on the racetrack. Spencer Tuberville. Check the restart here. This is the second caution ahead. Not quite sure what's going on. As we check out the replay, I don't see a car. Oh, yep, there we go. There's some contact. Quite a few cars getting turned around, including Tuberville. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Steven, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, but Tuberville looks right. A couple other cars in there. I think LaFon might have got some damage as well. We'll jump back up with your leaders here. Joshua Hessen will get back to the live action. Cade, awesome. Sounds good. I'm sure they'll see it. Possibly we'll see you out here one of these nights racing with them. We're going to try this again. Looks like we're going to go one more pace lap. It's Joshua Hessen, Preston Oberle, Wesley Gauntlet, Cody Nevin, and Carl Kilgore are the top 5. That's Eric York, Jimmy Nees, Dan Hoekstra, Stephen Tuberville, and Jordan LaFon rounding out the order here in heat race number 3. After this, we'll head to our consolation races. Set the field a little bit more and get ready for our A main. You know what? I'm doing it again. That replay was brought to you by WB Creative Design. You got to remember, every replay is brought to us by WB Creative Design. So thank you for sponsoring that replay. Getting ready to go green again. Joshua Hessen staying up top, stacking everybody up there on the restart. Looking at the 118 car because here they come out of 2 cars in the wall. Cars piling up. Caution flag in the air. Let's go up back to our press box view. You know what? We're going to go to the Hall of Fame view for this one because it's going to be right there in front of us. Let's go back and check on about the Wesley Gauntlet car and see what happened on the replay. Watch this. It's going to get stacked up in turns 1 and 2. Off the restart, we're going to stay with Gauntlet. I don't know if he was involved, but it happened right by him. Yep, he's actually going to start the whole thing. He gets in there a little too hot, gets up into the wall, collects the 17 of Preston Oberle, and it's a pile-up from then on forward. Caution flag comes out, and we'll get it back up to current time. Get back with your race leader, Joshua Hessen. Having a little bit of trouble here in heat race number 3. There is that 118 car trying to get a heat race win if we could stay green. It is Hessen, Gauntlet, Nevin, Nees, York, Hoekstra, Tuberville, LaFon, Kilgore, and Oberle, the order. Here we go. Once again, green flag getting ready to go back in the air. try it one more time. Hopefully this time we'll get her done here in heat race number 3. Watch the 118 car to come out of turn 2, run us over on the camera. Here comes everyone else as well, making their way through halfway home finally here in heat race number 3. We've had a couple caution issues. Made it to the halfway point. Now we can see if we can make it all the way home. Wrap up our heat races here in week number 2. Joshua Hess, let's go back here and look at Wesley Gauntley. He's in the 2nd position. And here's the battle for 3rd. Jimmy Nees, Cody Devin. Back here for 3rd and 4th. 2 to go. It looks like Gauntley has found Joshua Hess, and he has tracked him down. Here he comes, even with a little bit of contact from getting in to the turn 2 wall. Here comes Gauntley, white flag in the air. Gauntley going to try to test Hessen here in 1 and 2. They're going to go down the backstretch. That's the Hall of Fame one more time. White flag here for heat racing. Gauntley to the top side, Hessen to the bottom, to the line. Joshua Hessen's going to take the heat race win. Wesley Gauntley's going to come across in 2nd. Jimmy Nees in 3rd. Cody Nevin, Eric York, Carl Kilgore, Preston Oberle, Dan Hoekstra, Jordan LaFon, and Stephen Tuberville rounds out your order. Kathy Black Flag is referring to Gauntley. That's the best effort I could probably relate to that one. Yeah, usually you see if there's a caution brought out by someone, they usually get a EOL penalty at least, or sent back to the back of the field. I was kind of surprised there too that Gauntley started in the 2nd position, especially since he was running 3rd or 4th, I think, at the time. But if that's what you're referring to, I get you on that point. Otherwise, might be a little lost on your comment, but I think I get what you're getting at. Getting ready for our C main. Gonna have 2 consolation races starting on the front row for the C main. In the pole position, the 642 of Gene Wolfe starting 2nd, the 32 of Jimmy Nees. Row number 2, Tyler Berry in the 500 to his outside, the 30 of Dustin Lehman starting 4th. Row number 3, starting 5th, the 21 of Carl Kilgore. Starting 6th, the 78 of Blake, if I can speak, Pryor. Row number 4, starting 7th, Jesse Osborne. Starting 8th, Preston Oberle. In the 17, starting in row number 5, in the 9th position, the 62 of Derek Medley. And starting in the 10th position, the 1 of Michael Blessing. Rounding out the field here in the C main, starting 11th in the 23, Stephen Tuberville. And in 12th, the 82 of Paul Visage. Getting ready to go. 5, from what I've heard, are going straight to the feature. Kind of a different take here in this series. Usually they advance to the back of the B main. Nope, here they're going to go straight to the A main. Getting ready to go green flag racing. 12 laps here to decide this C main. Possibly 14 for the B main. Green flag in the air. Here we go once again. Gene Wolfe going to lead us to the green flag alongside Jimmy Nees, and we are underway. Let's look at your race leader. There comes Gene Wolfe, going to run us right over on the camera. We go by blitzing down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Watch from our other camera here at the top of the Hall of Fame, your race leader, Gene Wolfe, then Jimmy Nees in 2nd. And he's got a heavy battle. Here comes 2 cars, the 30 of Dustin Lehman and the 500 of Tyler Berry to come up here and battle. We're going to watch this as we go into 3 and 4. Look at that, 4 cars battling for the spots. 21 in there, as well as Carl Kilgore. I don't know how they all came out clean there. Dustin Lehman in 3rd, Kilgore settles into 4th, and Berry into 5th. Those are 5 transfer positions, and on the back, here comes Blake Pryor in the 78 car. It's getting hot and heavy up here for the final transfer positions. We're we're looking at Carl Kilgore. He's in the 4th spot. Tyler Berry's in the 5th spot. And here comes the 78 of Blake Pryor in the 6th spot. Remember, we kind of go into the top side here, coming out of turn 2, down the backstretch into turn 3. 500 of Berry going to dive down to the bottom, try to find some room. You're not going to pass anybody staying in line. Take back up front, Gene Wolf. See how it's going for your race leader. The battle starting to develop back here with Kilgore and Lehman for 3rd and 4th. Pryor has definitely caught Berry here for the 5th place position. It's going to get interesting. Coming to complete lap 5 of 12. Into the wall. Kilgore taps it down the front stretch. Berry going to throw a big slider through 1 and 2. Pryor going to try to dive back under him. He might have the spot. Berry might be to the 4th spot. Putting Pryor on the bubble. 3 and 4. Pryor going to run him up just a little bit. Or excuse me, that's Kilgore going to run him up just a little bit. Kilgore back to 5th now. Pryor in the 6th place spot. Going to come up and try to challenge. Berry into the 4th place spot. Gene Wolf still out front. Top 3 have stayed the same. There's been switches here between 4th and 5th. But other than that, pretty consistent. Jimmy Nees is starting to close in ever so slowly on Gene Wolf here. Justin Lehman settling there in the 3rd position. Berry in 4th. He's starting to challenge Lehman now for that 3rd spot. 5 laps, 4.5 now laps to go. And here's a challenge on Kilgore now for that 5th place spot. Pryor drove it in deep there into 3 and 4. Couldn't make it work. Kilgore will run away down the front stretch. Here comes Bear with another big slider in 1 and 2. He got it to work against Kilgore last time. Killed the momentum. Can Lehman cross him over in 3 and 4? He's giving a little love tap. Scoot him up the racetrack a little bit. Berry going aggressive here in the C main. He's up to the 3rd spot. He's already trying to take a look under Jimmy Nees in the 2nd spot. Here comes that same aggressive slider. He gets into the nose of Nees, and it's going to cause a caution. Nees is going to go around and get spun off the front of Dustin Lehman, and we're going to go back and watch it. We got the car righted right away. Let's watch it. Here we go. Through 3 and 4, he throws an aggressive slider here from Tyler Berry. He was already battling with the 30 there of Dustin Lehman, but here it comes on Nees. And same sliders thrown the last couple corners. This time though, Nees was there and Berry wasn't completely able to clear him. And with Nees being there, he nosed that front of that 32 car into the back of the 500, got loose. Got a little tap from Lehman, spun it around, but was able to keep it going. He's currently running in the 7th place position. We get it ready to go again with 3 laps left to go. Gene Wolf, still your race leader. Tyler Berry in the 2nd position. Dustin Lehman in 3rd. Carl Kilgore in 4th. Blake Pryor 5th. Stephen Tuberville 6th. Preston Oberle 7th, Derek Medley 8th, Paul Visage 9th, Jesse Osborne in 10th, and Jimmy Nees in 11th. Right now, Blake Pryor would have the final transfer position in the 78 car, getting a little bit of a luck there with the help of Nees having some trouble. We'll see. We talked about it. Berry has been pretty aggressive here in the C main. Can he do it to Gene Wolf as well? He's got to watch that slider in 1 and 2. Berry's been very aggressive in that corner, trying to make it pay off, and he's done it. He had done it 3 times without any repercussions, but there he just misjudged it a little bit, and Nees got into the back of him. I think we're going to get ready to go green flag racing once again, try to wrap up this C main. Green flag in the air. Here we go once again. We're going to watch that 642 dive it off into the corners. Here comes Berry. We're going to watch it out of turn 2 this time. He's going to have 2 laps to try to make a move on your race leader. We go off into 3 and 4 one more time. There's Gene Wolf. Let's look at Tyler Berry. Looks like Dustin Lehman Was pressuring on him, but Carl Kilgore there now. Here we go. This is where Barry's made his moves. He's not in touch to make a move with the race leader, Gene Wolfe. Going to go down the back stretch one more time into 3 and 4. Here comes Tyler Barry. Going to get one last effort, drive it deep into 3 and 4. Not going to pay off. Gene Wolfe is going to come out of turn 4, take the checkered flag here in the C main. Tyler Barry second, Carl Kilgore in third, Dustin Lehman in fourth, and Blake Pryor in fifth. That'll round it out here for the C main. Tuberville, Medley, Visage, and the rest are going to have to call it a night here in week number 2. We're going to get ready for our B main. Get 5 more cars ready to transfer to the feature. We'll give you the grid here for the B main. Starting on the front row, the 16 of Jay Place is outside, starting second. Adam Sturgill. Row number 2, starting third, the 21 of Cody Nevin. Starting fourth, the 0 of Hunter Parsons. Row number 3, in the number 15 car, starting fifth, Michael Putnam. And in the 89, starting sixth, Eric York. Row number 4, starting 7th, the 9 of Dalton Peavy, and starting 8th, the 222 of David Harden. Row number 5, starting 9th, the 53 of Dan Hoekstra, and starting 10th, the 80 of Brian Gunderson. Starting 11th in the inside of row number 6, the 44 of Brandon LaFon, and starting 12th, the 11 of Jordan LaFon. Rounding out the field but not making the call, the 29 of Colton Malone. Be starting 13th, going to get ready to go. 12 more laps to decide at least 5 more cars here into the feature. Jay Place and Adam Sturgill. Sturgill in the 49 car. Here we go. Gonna get to go green flag racing one more time. Place and Sturgill gonna lead us to the green flag. It's in the air. B main action underway here in week 2 of the Wobbly Arrow podcast. UMP Modified, brought to us by SSS. Already making our way around for lap number 1. Jay Place, Adam Sturgill, Hunter Parsons, Cody Nevin, Eric York, your top 5. Jay Place trying to get out here and run away in the B main. He hits the inside berm, going to slide way up the racetrack in the middle of 3 and 4. They're able to hold on to the race lead. Adam Sturgill in second, and Hunter Parsons in third. Parsons starting to run down Sturgill now in the 49 car. Here comes Hunter Parsons. Let's look back here at Nevin and York as well. They're pretty evenly spaced. Oh, no, here comes Putnam to the bottom. I did not see him down there in the middle of 3 and 4. Putnam to the 5th place spot. Little love tap there from Eric York in the 89 car. York going to look to the inside, try to stick his nose in there. 3 wide. The 9 of Dalton Peavy has jumped up in the mix as well. And the 53 of Dan Hoekstra is there battling it out as well. Almost 3 wide as they cross the line. Still looking up front, keeping my eye on it. 0.8 of a second, the interval between Jay Place and Adam Sturgill. Putnam able to run away in that 5th place spot for the minute. Peavy, York, and then Hoekstra settling in. Hoekstra trying to run that bottom line. Just completed lap number 5. Bottom line not working so well as the top line. Peavy going to go around Hoekstra for the 6th place spot. Hoekstra going to slide up down the backstretch into the 7th place position in front of Eric York. Looks like Brian Gunderson has pulled off the racetrack. Yes, Mike Preston is racing. I believe he's already advanced to the feature. We'll have that up just once this race concludes. We'll do a short little warm-up session, and then we will get to the feature. I believe Preston has already advanced to the feature. We're looking at our 5th place battle right now. Dalton Peavy just got around Michael Putnam. Working on 5 laps to go. Top 4 have stayed the same. Actually, Hunter Parsons has got around Cody Nevin for the 3rd place spot. Looks like, and now he's starting to run down Adam Sturgill for the 2nd place spot with 4 to go. Jay Place is checked out, and I mean, he is checked out in a big way. Almost 2 seconds over Sturgill and Parsons. Going to jump back to that 5th place battle. Looks like Peavy has pulled away as well. Dalton Peavy in the 5th place spot. Putnam and Hoekstra battling for 6th and 7th. That won't do it though to advance. I believe we got to be in the top 5. That's what we did from last week. Have a few less cars from last week. We're working on white. 2 laps to go. Almost said white flag. Remember, Jay Place is so far ahead. Time and scoring's already updated. He's in 3 and 4. He'll be seeing the white flag this time. He's got 2.2 seconds over Adam Sturgill. You just got to ease it around 1 and 2 down the backstretch and send her into 3 and 4. One final time here in the B main. We'll ride with them as we head down the backstretch into the final turn here in the B main. Here he comes, Jay Place. Going to take the B main win. Adam Sturgill will come across in 2nd, followed by Hunter Parsons closely. And here comes Cody Nevin for 4th. Dalton Peavy going to take the final transfer position. Putnam, Hoekstra, York, Harden, LaFon, Jordan LaFon, and Brendan LaFon. Going to round it out here for cars still running on the track. Gunderson and Malone, all of them. Their nights are going to be done, I do believe. We're going to head to a practice session or a warm-up session. And when we come back, we'll have your A main feature brought to us by Wobbly Arrow Podcast and SSS in just a few short moments. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Dirt Racing Network live coverage of the Dirt Kings Racing League, getting ready with the warm-up session to get ready for their feature. It's getting ready to get out on the racetrack here in a few minutes. Taking a live look above Knoxville Speedway for week number 2. We'll remind you what happened in week number 1 while they're finishing up their warm-up session. It was Murphy, Slinger, and Parsons rounding out your podium. I know Dixon Slinger is in here. I don't know if Murphy. We'll go up here and check. Dixon Slinger currently has the 2nd fastest time here tonight. Jarrett Murphy, I believe he was on the podium and your race winner last week. Currently 4th fastest. Parsons and Hunter Parsons in the 8th place position right now, so all 3 of them will have a chance to come out here and repeat from last week. Mike, since you were asking, let me check. I'm running down the order right now. Preston Oberle, currently 18th fastest. He ran a 20.093. Currently 18th fastest. Jay Place, once again, fastest with a 20.338. Showing the top 10 there. There's Dixon Slinger, Wesley Gauntly, Jarrett Murphy, Tim Christensen, Dustin Lehman, Tyler Berry, Hunter Parsons, Adam Sturgill, and Gene Wolfe. 10 fastest so far in the warm-up session. Jay Place looked on a rail there in the B main. He's going to have to come from behind. Maybe a car to watch coming from the back. And about a minute left to go here in the show. While we're going to do that, let me tell you about one of our sponsors. Take your dirt sim racing to the next level by joining the best sim racing community online today. At the School of Sim Racing, you can learn to drive and set up your car like a pro with a ton of free trainings and free setups for sprint cars, late models, midgets, and more. It's the perfect place. Get your dirt sim racing on the right track. Visit schoolofsimracing.net to learn more today. While we're at it, we'll preview the next race here for these UMP modifieds for the Dirt Kings Racing League. They're going to be in action right here again at 9:30 Eastern next week. It'll be on Facebook Live only at Fairbury. See how that one turns out. I know that's hit or miss with some drivers. We'll see what the turnout will be for those guys at Fairbury. Hopefully we get tons of guys up here in the session. And then after that, we'll head off to Eldora for the midway point of the season. 2 weeks from today, we'll be halfway home with this series, and it'll be a double point special at Eldora. That'll be a good one to tune into as well. As for the Dirt Racing Network, we got only one more show left this week. That'll be tomorrow at 8 Eastern with our Dirt Slingers Racing League 410 Outlaw Wicked Energy Gum Outlaw Series. Come back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. on the East Coast if you want to see some good racing action with our 410s. And we started all back over on Sunday with 5 shows. Roger's got 4 of them. I got 1, including these Dirt King Racing League guys at, I believe, 9 Eastern. With their 358 modifieds, they'll be in week number 3 as well. Looks like we're getting ready for our Wobbly Arrow podcast presented by SSS Feature, starting out on the racetrack. Get the grid up here. Starting on the front row will be Calvin Brooks. To his outside, Jarrett Murphy. Starting second row, number 2. Starting in the 3rd position, Joshua Hessen. To his outside, starting 4th, Tim Christensen. Row number 3, starting 5th, Dixon Slinger. To his outside, starting 6th, Wesley Gauntly. Row number 4, starting on the inside in 7th, Gene Wolfe. Starting on the outside in 8th, Jay Place. Row number 5, starting in the 9th position on the inside is Tyler Berry. Starting 10th on the outside, the 49 of Adam Sturgill. Hold on, told the grid to switch. There we go. I had to wait for a minute. Starting on the inside of row number 11, Carl Kilgore. To the outside, starting 12th, Hunter Parsons. Row number 7, starting on the inside in 13th, Dustin Lehman. Starting 14th on the outside, Cody Nevin. Row number 8, starting 15th on the inside, Blake Pryor. Starting on the outside in 16th, Dalton Peavy. Starting in 17th on the inside of row number 9, Stephen Tuberville. And on the outside in 18th, Michael Putnam. Row number 10, starting on the inside in 19th, Derek Medley. Starting on the outside in 20th, Dan Hoekstra. Row number 11, starting on the inside, Paul Visage. On the outside, in 22nd, Eric York. In row number 12, starting 23rd, Preston Oberle. And 24th, David Harden. Looks like only 19 cars have checked in. Hoekstra, Visage, York, Oberle, and Harden are not going to make the call. We're going to get ready. We are underway with the green flag in the air for the Wobbly Era Podcast UMP Modified feature brought to us by SSS. Getting ready to go. Jarrett Murphy out front, followed by Kelvin Brooks in second. Good battle up here. Dixon Slinger making his way up as well. Battle for the race lead as we go around the racetrack. This is a 30-lap feature. Looking at your top two doing battle here. And there's a slider there from Dixon Slinger trying to challenge Jarrett Murphy for the race lead as they head off into 3 and 4. Crossover move here coming from Slinger. Down the front stretch, Slinger takes the race lead into 1 and 2. Here comes Murphy to the inside, trying to look for it, but it looks like Dixon Slinger's going to be able to pull away down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Here comes Wesley Gauntly in the battle as well. Gauntly driving his way up. Got a car stopped on the inside line there. Tuberville? Yes, it is. Let's go out and see why that happened. Might have to change the camera view to get a look here. No, not getting the look. Let's try it again. Oh, I don't know. He had that car stopped on the inside line. Replay not wanting to work with us, but for some reason, Tuberville did have some issues there. Even with the replay working or not working, we'd still like to thank WB Creative Designs for the sponsorship. Get back up here with your race leader, Dixon Slinger. In that 51 car. Gonna try this again. Made it 5 laps before the caution flag waved. Like still on the pace truck. I'm going to go double file for the restart here. So it'll be Dixon Slinger and Jarrett Murphy on the front row to lead us back to the green flag. Green flag in the air. Here we go. A-main back underway. Dixon Slinger with a great restart through 1 and 2. Go down the back stretch here. They come single file, now double file. Some of the cars off the bottom line make their way out into the back stretch. Slinger trying to hold on. Jarrett Murphy in the 2nd place position, and Wesley Gauntly in that 3rd place position. That's your podium spots right now. Tim Christensen working that bottom line in the 4th place spot. Tyler Berry in 5th. Calvin Brooks in 6th. Joshua Hess in 7th. Jay Place 8th. Adam Sturgill 9th. Hunter Parsons in 10th. Keep an eye on Jay Place. Here he comes. He's into the 6th place spot. Let's take a look. He just gained 2 spots in one corner. He just went around Brooks and Hessen. Now Brooks going to try to come back around him on the top side. Let's watch that 16 car. He looked mighty fast in the B main. Track might have changed a little bit since the B main with the warm-up session, but we're going to keep an eye on the 16 car because he is coming through the field. He might have a chance to challenge some of these guys up front. Let's look up here. Dixon Slinger is pulling away, but Tim Christensen has drove up through the field as well. He used that bottom line to go from 4th to 2nd. He's got around Jarrett Murphy and Wesley Gauntley. Gauntley now being on the outside, looking in the 4th place spot, and he's getting attacked by Tyler Berry in the 5th place spot. Murphy, we're going to keep an eye on this 25 car. He's got the final spot on the podium right now. Oh, there's Berry into the wall, and I think Brooks as well got into the back of him. They were able to keep it straight. Look who is lurking. He's up to the 5th place position, just 2 steps off the podium now. Jay Place coming through. Gauntley trying to challenge. Cars getting stacked up here. They've ran up to the back of Christensen. Christensen was able to get around him now, but Murphy's mounted a counterattack, and Gauntley's ran to the top side now. They're all over Tim Christensen for that 2nd spot. This is allowed. Oh, they almost threw it in 3 wide there and almost took all 3 of each other out. If you saw, Gauntley got on the brakes, checked up, went to the high side to avoid taking all 3 of them out there. Smart move there by Gauntley. That allows Christensen to have it for the time being. Murphy in 3rd, but here comes Gauntley back to the top side. Going to try to challenge to put himself back on the podium. Gauntley the only one going to the high side there. As I was saying before that happened, this is allowed Dixon Slinger to pull out by a 1.5 seconds over these 4 battling back here. Jay Place starting to join the picture as well. Murphy now under attack from Gauntley. Gauntley's almost drawn even with him. The more they do battle, that allows the 16 car to draw in closer and closer. Christensen able to stay ahead of Gauntley and Murphy now. Those 2 doing battle with 3rd and 4th, trying to get up on the podium. Gauntley throwing a big slider there and going to the top shelf in 3 and 4. Trying to get a run off the top side, able to almost clear Murphy that time down the front stretch. While we've been focusing on this battle, we're halfway home in our feature. Let's go up here to look at Dixon Slinger. He's in the lead by just over 1.5 seconds behind those 3 we were looking at. You get a good look here. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. He might start to run up on lap traffic here in a minute. Let's take a look. Here's Tuberville. He would be the first car to approach and put a lap down. He's currently coming through the middle of 3 and 4. We'll jump back up. There's Dixon Slinger right there coming down the front stretch now. So now he's got Tuberville in view as they come through 1 and 2. Another lap or 2, he's going to run into him. Let's look back at Christensen here. Things settled out while you're looking up front. Gauntley into the 3rd position. He drives it deep and into the wall there in 3 and 4. Able to hold on to it. Murphy was following him, had to check up, couldn't really take advantage. Jay Place starting to drive up. He's closed the gap a little bit as well. I know I keep mentioning him, but he is coming. Gauntley now able to rebound once again. He does find himself up here on the podium. It's going to be interesting because once he makes a little mistake, his car was able to gather up pretty quickly and mount a charge. And these 4 are going to get interesting because our leader has lapped Tuberville. But with these 4 doing battle here for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, it's going to make it interesting with lap traffic. So we're going to watch it here as they try to navigate around Tuberville. Looks like Christensen's going to try to go low. Tuberville goes to the high side. You can see Christensen try to pin him up there a little bit. Murphy getting the benefit of the option there. Pins Gauntley up there behind Tuberville, but can Gauntley now get in the back of Tuberville? He's going to turn Tuberville. Murphy and Price going to go by, and then Gauntley almost spun himself out. trying to keep it straight after getting into Tuberville on Jay Place. Caution flag's gonna wave. And we're gonna go back and look. This is all gonna start here with Gauntly. He's trying to battle Murphy for that podium position. He gets caught and pinned behind the lapper here of Tuberville. Gets him up on his nose. And maybe not so much Gauntly's fault. I mean, he did run into the back of him, but I don't think he intentionally turned him. Like maybe I made it sound to begin with. When those cars get the rear wheels off the ground, they get light. And when Tuberville went to turn into the corner, I'm sure he's probably not too happy about it, but still, when he went to turn into the corner and those wheels started to touch the ground again off the nose of Gauntly, it spun that car around into the outside wall. And we will reset the order and get ready to go. Here we're going to have about 9 laps to go when we get reset. Dixon Slinger, still your race leader. He's probably the one the most upset by that caution. He was gone. He was approaching 2 seconds out in front of the rest of the field. So it's Dixon Slinger, Tim Christensen, Wesley Gauntly, Jarrett Murphy, Jay Place. The top 5. Tyler Berry in 6th, Dustin Lehman 7th, Calvin Brooks 8th, Adam Stargell. Oh, that might be wrong. I think we had timing and scoring update there. Still going to be your race leader of Dixon Slinger. Tim Christensen in 2nd and Wesley Gauntly in 3rd. Jarrett Murphy 4th and I guess Jake Place 5th, so it was right. Tyler Berry 6th, Dustin Lehman 7th, Calvin Brooks 8th, Adam Sturgill 9th, and Hunter Parsons, your top 10. Base truck going to dive away. Here we go. Going to go green flag racing once again. As they dive off at turn 4. Dixon Slinger going to lead us to the green flag. And we got another caution on the racetrack. Go back and see what this one was. Dan Hoekstra possibly. Trying to catch it, not quite sure what the caution was brought out for there. Something maybe not have been lined up on the restart, but we want to thank our replay sponsor, WB Creative Designs, for bringing us that replay, even though we didn't catch what the caution exactly was. Try it hopefully one more time here to settle week number 2. Dixon Slinger, Tim Christensen, Wesley Gauntly. Can they hold on to the final 3 positions? We have 8 laps to go. This time we go green. We go one more pace lap under caution before we go green for the final time, hopefully. As I was saying, we have our 410 Wicked Gum Energy Outlaw Series tomorrow night at 8 Eastern, but then, as I mentioned, Sunday starts over 5 shows for the Dirt Racing Network, starting with the NDRA Series at 3 p.m. Eastern with their late models, and then 5 p.m. Eastern going live with the, I think it's a big block modifieds. 8 Eastern, Roger goes live with the Hales Corner Speedway Series with their street stocks. And then 9 p.m. Eastern, we'll be doing a double feature. He'll have the late models, and I will have the small blocks here with the Dirt Kings Racing League. We'll touch up the schedule later on in the broadcast because we're back to racing here in the feature. Green flag back in the air. Dixon Slinger leading us down the backstretch once again. Tim Christensen going to try to challenge for the race lead. Jump back over here to the press box. We're looking from the Hall of Fame, but as laps wind down, want to watch it from up top. Gives us the best view. Wesley Gauntly, Jarrett Murphy, 3rd and 4th. Gauntly trying to hold on to that podium position. Gauntly holding on. Jay Place kind of stalled out. He ran up through the field to the 5th position, but has not been able to move forward like I thought he was going to be able to. Dixon Slinger out front by 0.3 of a second already. And pulling away with 5 to go. Battle heating up here for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It's Christensen, Gauntly, and Murphy once again. Gauntly holding on to that 3rd place battle for the time being. 4 laps left to go. They're once again going to let Dixon Slinger run away here in the feature. 1 lap left to go. Gauntly drives it deep into 1 and 2, or 3 and 4. Almost cost himself. Jay Place jumps the cushion up into the wall. 3 laps left to go. So Jay Place, who was having a good run, still in the 5th place position it was showing. Let's go back and see. We'll click on Jay Place. See if it was something after he hit the wall that brought out our latest caution. You're going to see him. He drives it down. I don't know if he overdrove the corner. It just didn't look like the car wanted to rotate. Got up there into the wall. He got it going again. Might have been back a little farther, maybe around Putnam back there or Hoekstra. Not quite sure. Go back and see if we can take a look. Gene Wolfe possibly. I saw a blue car maybe hit the wall. I'm not positive on it, but we're going to take a look as we go into 3 and 4 here. This is when the caution came out. Wolf gets a little, oh, there you go. There it is. Hey, we found it. 3rd time's the charm. Able to find the caution. Hoekstra and Putnam and Gene Wolfe all getting together there on the front stretch. That'll bring out a caution. We'll get back to racing here. Live actions. We'll get ready to go one more time. I know I said that last time, but I feel confident this time here in final 3 laps. We'll basically have a green-white checker to decide it here. It's going to be interesting to watch that 3rd place position. Gauntly's done a good job of holding on to it so far. Everyone is going to mount one final attack. Try to get it done. Just about ready to hit 11 o'clock Eastern on the east, or obviously on the East Coast. Tells you I'm probably a little tired finishing this one up, but good action here once again with the Dirt Kings Racing League. They've provided a couple good races already to the season. Write this one down in the books as well. Dixon Slinger going to lead us to the green flag. Pace truck going to peel off. Here we go. About to wrap up the night here from Knoxville Speedway. Green flag in the air. Looking at Tim Christensen there. Get up here with your race leader. Dixon Slinger. Jump back up. Watch this one unfold in the final couple laps. Tim Christensen holding on to 2nd. Gauntly to the top side. Place to the bottom. And Murphy to the top side. White flag in the air. 1 lap left to go. Gauntly's got it. Place up to the 4th spot. Gauntly looking to the inside of Christensen. Place is going to get a run down the inside. He got a good restart. I said his car is fast. He's going to try to make one final challenge. Going to try to get that car to turn on the bottom line. Coming to the line. Dixon Slinger, Tim Christensen, and Wesley Gauntly are going to round it out on the podium. Jay Place will come across in the 4th place position. And that will wrap it up here in the feature. Jarrett Murphy comes across in 5th. Dustin Lehman 6th. Tyler Berry 7th. Hunter Parson 8th. Adam Sturgill in 9th. And Paul Visage in 10th. We'll get these cars up here on the front of the podium, on the straightaway up front, and see if we can get them all stopped together for a picture. There's Christensen, there's Gauntly, and there comes ever so slowly to the winner's circle, the 51 of Dixon Slinger. See if we can get a little better view of the 3 cars. There's two of the three. We want all three, though. Might have to settle for the first camera we have. I don't think we really have a better one, so I have to go back to this view. Give them all three on the screen. We'll see if we can bring these three guys here in the chat. Got them waiting for us. So we'll bring in our third place finisher here tonight, Wesley Gauntly. Wesley, do you got a copy?
Sir.
All right, man. You had to withstand quite a charge from a couple guys behind you, but you were able to hold them off and put it up here on the third step of the podium. Tell us what it was like trying to hold those guys off behind you.
It was tough, especially the track was super treacherous up top. Kind of had to run the slider line. It's pretty much one lane. You know, you could kind of roll the bottom if you're back through the pack when everybody else had to choose a line. But in that case, you know, you just had to wait for somebody to mess up and not put it in the fence because that seemed to happen pretty often. I put her in there a couple times, but you know, Murph was all over me, and honestly, I think all of our team was about the same speed, and it was a lot of fun though. As we appreciate the guys over at Dirt Kings for putting this on.
Yeah, it was a great race. Is there anyone you want to thank for your podium finish here tonight?
Absolutely. You know, I'm just real happy with the finish. Got to thank my teammates over at HRT. Tim Christensen finished second. Murph finished right behind me, Jarrett Murphy. Joshua Hessen kind of got stuck there on the start and lost some positions. I want to thank him, Dustin Lehman, and I think that's all of us that were running tonight, but we also got a couple other guys, Dakota Isley, Hunter Wright, Charles Silvis, Scotty Williams. There's a whole bunch of us that raced together, and Chris Kukta. He was our newest guy we've added. But I want to thank all of them. I want to thank y'all for broadcasting this race, and thank Dirt Kings for putting it on.
All right. That's your third place finisher, Wesley Gauntly, with the podium. Congrats to him. We'll bring in our second place finisher here tonight, his teammate, Tim Christensen. Tim, do you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right. We just talked to your teammate, Wesley Gauntly. You were able to really run the second place position all night long. What do you think you would have needed there to get up there and challenge Dixon for the win?
I kind of gambled a little bit on a gear there just to try and do something different. I don't know if that was necessarily it. My car started coming in a little bit there towards the end. I was hoping the bottom would have been a little better, but the top and slider line was definitely a lot better.
What does it mean for you guys to have your teammates finish second and third here tonight?
Yeah, second, third, I believe fourth as well. Just a great race. I mean, just kind of shows, or fifth, I guess, just Murphy and Dustin there. Really just shows how solid we are across the field. I know Josh was here as well. Had a little bit of a struggle, but all in all, yeah, HRT definitely had a good run here, and very happy with our performance throughout the race.
Is there anyone you want to thank before we send you on your way here tonight?
Yeah, first I got to thank HRT. All the setup help. These guys have been with them now for years. Everybody there, just great group of guys. Race them guys harder than sometimes I race anybody else on the track. Then our sponsors, you know, Checkers and Wreckers. Those guys are awesome. Then I got to thank Todd Knutson's, my buddy, Knutson's Customs. Great sponsors, always support me. Huge shout out to him. Then my wife and my kids for letting me get on here, and you guys for broadcasting the races there, and Dirt Kings for hosting these races for us. It's always fun racing and good time.
All right, that is your second place finisher, Tim Christensen. Congrats, Tim, on the second place finish. We will get your winner up here in the booth with us in just a second. Let's bring up a Dixon Slinger. Dixon, do you got a copy?
I got you.
All right, man. I believe my stats are right. Back-to-back podiums here to start the season. Last week, a second place finish. This week, up here at the top step. Cars seem mighty fast. What made it so dominant here tonight?
Just honestly, the setup I worked on a lot with a lot of the guys over who helped me on this. And we really perfected it for this kind of track to be real rough up top and still be able to kind of go up there and I would say roll, but you really got to be on the gas a lot more and you got to be off of it to be able to keep it out of the wall up there. So we were able to keep her digging on the top for the whole race. And I think that's what really helped us get to victory lane here.
All right, man. Back-to-back podiums. What's that mean going into week number 3? Momentum going to continue to roll? Should we expect to write you down on the podium next week as well?
I'm not sure. I don't know where it's at yet. I haven't checked. If you know, I guess maybe. But yeah, obviously, I was really just hoping to click off a bunch of top fives here, like Jared said last week, and that really helps with the points. Last week, I definitely thought I had a faster car than Jared did. You know, I seemed to catch him with ease, but I really struggled getting around him. You know, it was one group track, so I was also quite patient with getting around him. I didn't really push the issue a lot, and I really didn't want to do that again this week. I knew that if I wanted to win and I had a fast enough car to win, I needed to get out front earlier, and we did a good job of doing that, and I think that just really helped us tonight.
Oh, we'll see how you take this one. We're going to be at Fairbury next week, so I know some people love that track, some people not a big fan of it. So don't know what your
Yeah,
opinion is, but
I'm all right with the track. I'll definitely be working on some setups for there here in the upcoming week, but I really like the track before they push the tires in, and have ever since they've done that, it's really kind of killed the track racing wise, in my opinion. But I don't know. We got to deal with it, I guess. So we're just gonna go grind off and hopefully grind off another podium finish next week.
all right, man. Before we let you go and celebrate the win, is there anyone you want to thank?
Just everyone over at DSR Consulting and Landon Barker Graphics for hooking me up with this good-looking car, and then Mike Augustine and Adam Homerning for helping with sets and everything they do for me.
All right, that is your race winner here in week number 2, Dixon Slinger. And we will give you the results here to wrap up the night. As we mentioned, our top 3, Dixon Slinger, Tim Christensen, and Wesley Gauntly. Jay Place able to finish in the 4th place spot. Jarrett Murphy in 5th. Dustin Lyman in 6th. Tyler Berry in 7th. Hunter Parsons 8th. Adam Sturgill 9th. Paul Visage in 10th. 11th, Kelvin Brooks. 12th, Joshua Hessen. 13th, Dalton Peavy. 14th, Cody Nevin. 15th, Eric York. 16th, Dan Hoekstra. 17th, Derek Medley. 18th, David Harden. 19th, Gene Wolfe. And 20th, Blake Pryor. I'm going to double check, but I think we had 24 enter, but everyone. We had Carl Kilgore in 21st, Michael Putnam in 22nd, Preston Oberle in 23rd, and Stephen Tuberville in 24th. I know they weren't all, when I originally did the grid, some weren't gridded in yet, but everyone made it. A couple laps down, but overall, I think it was a very good night of racing. Congrats to our top 3. Thanks to everyone coming out. Not only racing, but everyone that came out and watched the broadcast as well. Thanks to those of you that commented in the chat. It's been a long night, but I enjoyed it. I had 2 great shows. Going to get ready for tomorrow night already. And I hope to see you all there. Thanks to everyone that tuned in and watched tonight. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast as well. Come out and watch tomorrow night at 8 Eastern. DSRL 410 Wicked Energy Gum Outlaw Series. And that'll wrap it up for everyone here at the Dirt Racing Network. All the sponsors that make it possible. All the sponsors here at the Dirt Kings Racing League as well. Thank you for making this opportunity possible. For Roger Wagner, I'm Dom Santina. Have a good night, everyone. Hope to see you tomorrow night.